Good afternoon, it's Sunday, October 25th, 2025. We're talking farm attacks and farm murders in South Africa for September 2025. It's been a difficult month, 19 attacks, 2 murders, and it's up on last year's figure, September 2024. There were 13 attacks and 2 murders. I was in hospital this week visiting a farmer that was seriously injured during a farm attack in this week or last week. And he asked me with regards to what is the weaponry that is normally used. Now for September, the blunt object trauma, there were 2 sharp object trauma, also 2 firearms were used in 8 of the cases, and then there was 1 case where there was multiple arms, firearms and sharp object, and then the number for unknown weaponry is 6 attacks that the weaponry was not specified. Let's have a look at the provincial breakdown. There you have it on the screen, the 1942 for September. Gauteng 2 attacks, and Gauteng has been surprisingly quiet, especially in the Kameeldrift West area where there's more delinquency than the real actual attacks that is putting the lives and safety of people at risk. Northwest, also only 1 attack, and I must note that especially with all the attacks in the Mooinooi area, it's surprised that September has only got 1 off the board. Limpopo, very much up, 4 attacks. Mpumalanga, 5 attacks, 1 murder. The Free State province, only 2 attacks. KwaZulu-Natal, there's nothing to report. Eastern Cape, there is 2 attacks, and Western Cape, 3 attacks, 1 murder, with nothing to report in Northern Cape and Namibia. Let's have a look at the cases. The first attack that we've got is September the 9th that we're discussing. That is in the western area, and yet again it's still Adrian Vos. Since the attack on him in March 2025, the elements terrorizing him are still on the go. It's mostly these Zamazamas. This time he was attacked after coming across multiple perpetrators. They threw rocks at him, also firing shots in his direction. He fled to a neighbor, and the attackers who fled into nearby hills were pursued. Several shots were exchanged and the case was opened with the SAPS. Now these trespassers are regularly stripping building material from his property and no action from SAPS. People are frequently being robbed in this area and attacked on a regular basis. Farm attackers will do anything to attain success, and in this case the man was lured out of his house when his solar system was disabled. He was stabbed in his hands and arms by 3 perpetrators using knives and a screwdriver. He managed to escape the neighbors, and suspects fled on foot. Services were called and 2 arrests were made. September 23rd, in the Mooinooi area, multiple attackers breached the fence and also broke into the house. They forcibly removed the man from the house and then fled with him in 2 white sedan vehicles. He was taken to ATMs all over and forced to withdraw all he could, and later he was released. His kidnappers actually gave him money for an Uber taxi. We move over to the Limpopo province, where on the 8th, or so September the 2nd, 2025, in the Rooiberg district, a farm worker was assaulted and then he was kidnapped. He was held for a prolonged period before he was released. On September the 3rd, the occupant of the dwelling was busy switching off lights because it was late and he was locking up, and he noticed the toolbox on the back of his pickup truck was standing open. He went outside to remedy and was attacked by a single assailant. After wrestling the attacker off, he managed to enter the house and lock the security gate behind him. He contacted neighbors for assistance. Spoor was followed for some distance and then lost. He recognized the attacker by his build and by his voice. On September 17th, the lady was outside feeding her pets when she was confronted by 2 armed attackers. They were armed with firearms. They were talking to an Afrikaans and later also in their own language. She was hit with fists in the face several times before she was tied up. The house was ransacked for valuables before they left. Her husband returned a short while later, and she managed to cut herself loose with a pair of scissors and ran out to warn him, but by that time the perpetrators had already fled. First of 2 victims woke up with the perpetrators already standing by his bed. They asked him how many occupants were in the dwelling, and he answered them 2. They thereafter tied him up and took him to the room where the other occupant was, and they started breaking down the door. The second occupant woke up with this, and as they entered the room, he started defending himself with a pick. They managed to overpower him and tied him up, whereafter they ransacked the house and took everything they could that it was of some value. During the struggle, the second victim sustained light injuries to his right leg and chest. On September 3rd, 2025, at the Boothleigh Farmers Academy in the Damas area, the principal, Baloy, and the terrain manager had been inspecting the grounds and noticed a black VW Polo not far from them. Two men walked up to their car and opened fire, killing Baloy before fleeing in their vehicle. On September the 3rd, at the farm van Kolderskop in the Groningsstad area in Mpumalanga, the security guard was entering the house and he heard the dogs barking as well as people speaking Sotho. He was accosted by two unknown attackers wearing balaclavas, and as he ran away from them, they caught up with him and took him inside to the sleeping quarters. There were other perpetrators already present, and he was pointed out as being stubborn, and he was shot in the leg. Victims were then taken up the mountain where the perpetrators called for their vehicle, and as they were running out of time, when they saw the lights coming towards them, they thought it was their vehicle, and the prisoners decided it's time to run for safety. The injured were taken to Balfour Clinic and later to the Standerton Hospital. Ever so often, a farm attack turns out to be multidisciplinary, and this was the case on September the 14th at Zaaihoek in the Witbank area. That's to the northeast of Witbank. The property was breached in the early hours of the morning, and the farm worker was overcome and tied up. The perpetrators went out to inspect the livestock, and they requested a vehicle that could hold 9 goats. A brown Toyota Fortuner was brought in with a trailer, and they made off with 7 head of cattle. The worker called for help as soon as the thieves left the scene. Also on the 17th, at around 4 o'clock in the morning at the farm Rietfontein in the Lydenburg area, the man was on his way to work on a neighboring farm, and he sometimes took his motorcycle to save on fuel. When he stopped at the gate to open the gate, he was jumped from the dark by 5 perpetrators, of which one of them had a 9mm looking pistol. They started hitting him with fence poles, demanded money, and they threatened to kill him if he wasn't giving them any money. Fortunately, he had his helmet on, and that gave him a lot of protection. In the process, he also started shouting, and his wife heard the commotion. She called a neighbor who was a few minutes away. When the neighbor approached with headlights on, they fled. Ops teams were mobilized, but the perpetrators had already fled into the hills. September 19th, Christie's Meer. The farmer noticed late at night that there was a commotion amongst his sheep. He called the police and then stepped out to investigate. As he got to the place where the fence was cut, he stepped into the veld, and he was accosted by a 45-year-old Malawian national. The attacker stabbed him in the neck, but he managed to draw his firearm and shot the attacker. His farm workers got up from this commotion, and they started attacking this intruder as well. The police arrived shortly, and the man was admitted to hospital for urgent surgery while the Malawian national was arrested. September 5th, 2025, Lenara Agricultural Holdings outside of Bloemfontein. The young couple stayed with his grandparents, and they arrived home after operating a food stall at the rugby. Arriving, they were confronted by 3 attackers who pointed a firearm at the woman. A shot went off, and the man started fighting furiously to protect both his wife and himself. The firearm exploded in the perpetrator's hand, severely injuring him, and the woman ran and hid behind their vehicle. The attackers fled, and on the way they picked up bricks and all sorts of things that they could lay their hands off and started casting those at the 2 victims. The man directed his wife inside the house and followed her, contacting his grandparents, warning them not to enter the premises. They in turn alerted the neighbors and the police. On September the 12th, 2025, at the farm Asphulkrans in the Zastron district, the couple arrived home to find an intruder inside the house. He pointed the firearm at the woman, but the woman decided to flee outside, whereafter the perpetrator also decided to flee. Services were called, and despite the activation of Farm Watch, no arrests were made. 2 firearms were stolen in this case. We move over to the Eastern Cape. September the 9th, near Grahamstown. 6 perpetrators, 3 of them at least armed with firearms, entered the house, and they demanded cash, firearms and jewelry. The victims were locked in the bathroom, but the women managed to escape to outside of the house to a guest house on the farm. They called for help and services responded. No injuries were reported in this case. September 19th, Kobisi Drift. The elderly lady's son arrived home and he was approached by 3 unknown black males. He was forced inside the house where another 4 of them were already present. They demanded money, and after the safe was opened, 4 firearms were also taken. They were tied up and kidnapped, but the male was later released. The lady, elderly lady, she's 70 years old, she was kept and a ransom for 5 million was demanded, but eventually only 500,000 was negotiated and paid. The victim was later released on the 24th of September and found near the Berlin police station. She was barely alive and was rushed to hospital. September 5, on a farm near George, the 83-year-old victim left the premises at around 6 o'clock on the Friday, presumably to go and get groceries for the weekend. When he got back, he found an unknown man and woman in his house. He was assaulted and tied up before suspects fled with groceries and personal items. He was only found by a neighbor the Saturday afternoon. The murder in the Western Cape occurred on September 10th, 2025 at the farm Holt Hill near Harkerville along the N2 between Platt and Knysna. The discovery of an abandoned Mercedes-Benz near Sedgefield led security officers to the home of the 67-year-old Rodney Renwick. The man was declared dead on scene, his hands were bound and he had multiple injuries to his body and head. 2 arrests were later made. I have long since emphasized the fact that the bathroom can be used as a safe space because there are so many assets in your bathroom that can be used both for injuries and for survival, and also in the case of a fire, and also a lot of hiding places for essential items like an additional cell phone, a firearm, ammunition. And this is what the result was of something like that, using the bathroom as your getaway. That was on September the 10th at the Berry Farm on Protea Road near Klapmuts, where the perpetrators crawled through a gap underneath the electric fence and breached first the window in the bedroom, breaking the glass and apparently firing a shot into the room. The occupants fled to the bathroom with 1 cell phone, where they called for help, and the man deterred the perpetrator by hitting him through the window with an ironing board. The one perpetrator tried to grab the man's wedding band off his finger, after which the woman gave her ring and the cell phone to the perpetrator. They were already asked about money and the safe, and at the same time one of the group broke down the lounge window, gaining access. When the person whom they contacted arrived with lights on and horn blazing, the suspects fled and services were called. That's it for September 2025, and apologies for maybe a bit of a long video. I'm saying this before I'm actually compiling. But October does not look too good either. We're sitting close to the September figures, but fortunately with no murders yet. Thank you for watching. Thank you for always supporting this channel. Thank you for the comments. And thank you for those people abroad that's watching. And please, I ask you that you distribute this video in the United States, where there's quite a footprint, and also in Britain and Europe, so that people out there abroad can learn the pledge or the plight of South African farmers, and that it's not safe for our farmers on farms in South Africa. Thank you so much. Enjoy your week. Enjoy the rest of October and November. Be safe.